I'm Mike Rogers, president of Ohmstout Consulting. I've been working in this field over 20 years in various capacities, starting out with my dad remodeling homes, moving over to EPA and DOE, and working with them on the program side to set up home performance with Energy Star and help them run around the country supporting states and utilities. And really the thing that I've done the most and probably strikes my passion the greatest is working with contractors and helping them figure out how to do a better job helping their customers, homeowners, live in healthier, safer, more energy efficient homes. I've known Cynthia and Robin, going back perhaps a decade. And worked with them on some of the great work they were doing when Cynthia was in Virginia and Robin was working nationally, helping setting up standards, and I've always really admired the work they were doing. So when they kind of joined forces and told me about what they were attempting to do, I was really excited. I was excited not just because of who they were and the energy and capability they were bringing to the project, but because what they're trying to do with Pearl, and in fact, what we see is what they're actually doing with Pearl is, in my mind, one of the most important things that we need to unlock for this industry. You know, one of the biggest challenges that contractors face is when we're looking at homes and we're looking at them from an energy-only perspective, we really quickly hit this ceiling where the investment a homeowner can make gets kind of versus the amount of savings that they can hope to achieve. We hit this ceiling pretty quickly. Now it varies greatly depending on the house and where you are in the country, but in broad averages, we can save about 20% of the energy cost effectively. That's if we're just looking at energy, though. There's so many other things that we could be looking at in a house that are really important to people. Health, safety, a broad catch-all term, building durability, but that is, does your paint stick to the walls? Is your house rotting down? Dust and noise that are much harder to value. And contractors have struggled with this. How do you value all this other stuff that we do in the home to make it perform better versus the investment that a homeowner makes? Now, when we start talking about Pearl and connecting the work being done in the house to the ultimate value of the house, it's enormous. It dwarfs the energy savings, maybe even by a couple orders of magnitude. And what that does is that gets people excited about investing in their homes. It becomes a much easier sale for a contractor. And it lets them, I talked about that 20% sort of ceiling on cost effectiveness. It lets us go way, way deeper. Homeowners, they're not only going to realize the energy savings, but they're going to get their payback, some cases almost instantly. In some cases, it's not payback, it's a return on investment of 3 or 4 or 5 times, and they're going to see that almost instantly. So what that does is it encourages the homeowner to move forward. It helps a contractor convince a homeowner to move forward and do the right thing, and it provides a mechanism through certification to demonstrate, to prove what's actually been done, to show to the market, to show to the potential next home buyer, here's what's going on in this house, and here's how this house, while it may look the same from the street, is actually a much better house than the house just 3 doors down. And here's why you should be buying this house here that has the Pearl certification. 50 years from now, I would hope that every house in the country was Pearl Platinum, and that we were looking at something new, Pearl Diamond or Pearl something or other to push the envelope even further. That's an enormous challenge. We have to, depending on how you do the accounting, 130 million housing units in this country. Most of them perform very poorly. While I'd love all of them to get up to Pearl Platinum, I'd like to see, maybe that's not realistic, I'd like to see most of them well down that road, at least Pearl Silver, maybe most of them to Pearl Gold, and aspiring to Pearl Platinum or the next step. I'd like to, when it comes right down to it, I'd like the housing stock in this country to perform really well. I want it to be healthy for the people who live in it. I want it to be super energy efficient. I want it to be powering the cars we drive. And I want that all to be reflected in the value of the house, to make it easy for homeowners to see, to make it easy for contractors to convince the homeowners to make any changes necessary to realize those goals. Hi, Cynthia and Robin. This is Mike. I want to thank you guys for the enormous challenge, the boldness, the audacity of what you're taking on with Pearl. As we have talked about, Pearl, what you are trying to do is the key to unlocking the potential that this industry has struggled to realize for decades. It is the way to demonstrate to homeowners the enormous value that contractors doing good work that can make homes perform, make them more energy efficient, make them healthier, make them last longer, make them power the cars they drive. Pearl is a way to demonstrate to homeowners and home buyers that this is a smart thing to do. And in doing that, it's a way to help contractors deliver good work to homeowners. It's a way to help contractors differentiate themselves from the guys who do poor work, from the guys who installed the furnace or the air conditioner the wrong way, from the contractors who are responsible for the homes that don't work as well as they should right now. What you're doing, and in fact, what you're proving right now, because this is no longer a dream. You're already seeing it reflected in home values in the markets you're in. What you are actually doing right now is changing the dynamic in the market, and it's going to make the job of contractors who've been struggling for decades so much easier. So thank you to you and the whole Pearl team. This is so much what the industry needs.